popping in.
Yes.
Hello, hello.
Okay, so it is 1 p.m. We still have a few people joining, but Gina, if you'd like to start, we could start whenever you're ready.
Sure, we can get started. This is for you guys. This is our Q&A. So we're here for questions and answers we may have. So thanks so much for joining me. Aaron will be popping in here at any time, I'm sure. Um, as far as things that are going on, um, we still have the CSE Star Award applications out there. If you haven't yet signed up for the registry, please take a moment and do that. Get your account set up. If you're an owner or a director, we need to have you in there so that you can verify your staff employment so that they can apply for the CSE Star Award. Um, the Star Award is open, it doesn't close, so it's available to staff that are working at a site that has a school readiness, early Head Start, or Title I funding contract and is earning $25 an hour or less, working full time, so 30 hours or more. So for centers and for family childcare homes, it does qualify for you as a family childcare home owner, as well as your substitute can apply if they're working 10 hours a month. So happy to, we've done a couple webinars on it, but if you need support, the team is here for you to be able to do that. And we have um, a team dedicated to that, but we also have additional staff supporting as needed. So if anybody has any questions, happy to go that route. What else did we say we wanted to cover? I usually like throw it off to Erin to see what she wanted to. I know our training calendar's up. Thank you, Ariel. That's the link on our website. Lots of information on our website. We have some new videos out too on YouTube to if you want to share with staff about what the Star Award is about. The registry is really important, and you may say, "Oh, well, I don't qualify for the Star Award." We still would love to have you in the registry as an owner to verify your staff, but also the Seek Scholarship will be moving to the new registry website, as well as Palm Beach State's HEO classes, and we want to get ELC's classes in there so that everything is in one spot for staff to be able to sign up for things and to go on to their registry file. So if you haven't done that yet, uh, please take a second and register. Sorry, I forgot to turn off my phone. I heard somebody say something. Let's see. Turn off my phone really quick. Thank you. Let's see. What else were we going to talk about? Let me pull up my teams.
I do have a slide. I know we wanted to share about an upcoming Love to Learn event that's happening in December. So I'll go ahead and share that really quickly.
That'd be
Serena,
great.
I'm not sure if you're on, but if you wanted to take yourself off mute to talk a little bit about that, please go ahead.
Yeah, I would be
There
happy
she
to
is.
do so.
Hi.
Hi everyone. I just wanted to quickly share an exciting opportunity with y'all. We are hosting a special event called Love to Learn, Investing in Tomorrow's Workforce Today, which is a breakfast event at the Kravis Center that brings together early childhood professionals, community leaders, and guest speakers to celebrate the work happening in early learning across Palm Beach County. One of the highlights is a panel that will be featuring both national and local voices, including Isabel Howe, the author of the book Love to Learn. And every guest who attends will receive a copy of her book as a part of the experience. It'll be a great chance to connect, hear fresh perspectives, network with other early learning champions. The event takes place on Thursday, December 4th from 8 to 11 a.m. You can scan the QR code if you would like to register, or you can email me if you need more information. We hope to see you all there.
Wonderful. Thank you. Um, awesome.
And I'll leave the slide up for a little bit, but I'll also put the link in the chat. And I'll put this slide up in our YouTube notes later. Sorry if my screen's jumping around everywhere.
Great.
Oh, gotta put in the chat.
Thank you. Someone did ask for the phone number for the Star Award team. It is our main line, the 214-8000, and then you just select 2 for providers and then 5, and you'll connect directly to that team. Right. What else is going on? What else did I need to touch on? You guys have no questions? Not a single question. Wow. This is gonna be a quick meeting then, because this is not for me to present all kinds of stuff. This is to answer questions you may have, things that are going on that you needed some support on.
I'll also share really quickly, since we have a minute here, we are having a VPK question and answer webinar tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Oh, yes,
Presented
the
by,
parents.
yeah, for parents. So if I'll put the link here if you'd like to share that with any parents or if you yourself would like to join. Just to answer any questions about the VPK program, we're having 3 sessions. Our English session is tomorrow, and then we have a Spanish session and a Creole session happening within the next few weeks. But I'll go ahead and put the link for the session tomorrow in the chat.
Yeah, please share with parents. We'd love to have some more information sessions for them about coming up into VPK, or if they're already VPK age and they're not using it yet.
Okay, so that's in the chat now.
Great, thank you. See if I can get those out as well. I don't know what else to talk about. I don't know why I don't know what else to talk about. I'm trying to think what else we had going on. Been a crazy couple of weeks.
I know it's really hard when you're by yourself too.
I used to always have like a laundry list of things I had to get through. I don't have that list anymore. Let's see. Goodness, you guys.
I did see a
Wow.
question come through in the chat about the
Oh,
longevity award.
oops. Let's see. My chat's not staying open. There we go. So yes, if you did work out of county, the longevity can count. It is how long you've worked in the field of early childhood. So we are counting out of county or out of state work that may be part of that. And Fran, the registry, and it doesn't let you put in your site. You're a VPK only site, and that might be why. So let me look into that a little bit. You should still be able to put your employment in there, because I think we have those set up that way, but I will find out. A good question. Thank you. My chat just doesn't want to stay open. Thank you. So yeah, out of county for this Star Award, it is a 4-part award. So it is how long the employee has working at your site is one award calculation. How long you've worked in the field of early childhood is the second calculation. The level of education that they have, that includes everything from taking classes from the 45 hours up to having a degree or having taken early childhood classes, as well as the most recent class assessment that the staff may have had. So it is based on the individual, not the site composite score. So once they get into the system and create their account, it does pull that score over directly from the information we have. If any of your staff are in there and they're not seeing things connect, or they knew that they had an old registry account and they had a lot of information in that account and they're not seeing it pull over into the new registry, please have them give us a call. We may have a duplicate record or need to merge some records, so we can work on that and then get that cleaned up before they actually submit their application because we want them to have a good application to submit. So what we are using for proof of having worked in the field is your DCF background screening. If they had that on there where you can see that your old DCF screening had the previous employer had listed that. The other thing that we're using for proof of longevity in the field is a 5-year history record form that you do when you have your staff do when you hire them. They do a 5-year history, employment history form. And if your job as a director is to call those previous employers and verify that that person worked there. So the employee can give us those 2 pages of that form that's completed, and that will verify that you have in fact been in the industry that long. Marlon, no, I think you're a family childcare home, right? So maybe you have letters from when you applied to be a family childcare home. There was some information you had to give to licensing for that. If that's the case, then we can use some of that information, but please feel free to give us a call and we can walk you through that. Latorsha, when you receive your accreditation upload, how long does it take to start receiving Gold Seal? So Gold Seal, we need both documents. If you do earn your Gold Seal, we need both your accreditation and your Gold Seal certificate. And we make that effective the month after we receive both of those forms. So if you have uploaded them, but you haven't seen anything change, please reach out to your provider services specialist and make sure that we know that they're there. Sometimes we may not know that we don't get a notification when you put things in the files. And if you didn't redo your profile and submit that back to us, then we would need to do that piece of it. So Latorsha, please reach out to your provider services specialist and she'll be happy to help you walk through that. Because you will actually have to sign an amendment as well to your contract to get those rates put on there. Nicole, for the CSC Starter for training, do you get awarded the amount based on all the trainings? That's a great question. So the training piece of it is a cumulative piece. So depending on how much level of training you have, that's where it would stop. So it's like 45 hours, or if you're 35 for 45 hours is one award amount. Having a certain, let me pull it up really quick and I can do it that way. Having, you're just going to quiz me because I was starting to have it right at the tip of my tongue. Hold on. I can only keep so much stuff in my brain, and this is just one of those things that's not in my brain yet. So it works like that. So you would have 45 hours or 35 hours for family childcare home is a $200 award. 9 CEUs or 90 in-service hours or 3 credits in an ECE class is a $250 award, and it goes up from there. So after that, it's 18 CEUs or 180 in-service hours or 6 credits in ECE. So what I recommend for applicants is to get as many of their courses in there that they've done so that it will cumulatively calculate how much of the award they can earn. So let's say you were working on your degree, but you haven't yet earned it, but you've taken, 5 or 6 ECE classes from Palm Beach State College or another college, and those are early childhood classes. You could earn a higher award because of those credit hours that you have in the field, so in ECE classes. So, yeah, we can. It's on our website. If you go to the ELC website, to that link that Ariel put in the chat, Under providers, there's a link for a CSC Star Award, and on there is the supporting documents, and one of them is the levels and eligibility. And that gives you a breakdown of how the awards are calculated in each of the four categories. And, education and training is one of those. The really cool part about this award, excuse me, compared to some of the other ones in other states and other counties in Florida, is that CSC is taking into account in-service work that you guys do. Um, if you've been part of the old registry system, we're using everything that's in the old registry. If you're new to this whole process, then we're looking at 10 years of your training history. So you're doing training every year, and we can go back 10 years in the training that you've done and award that to you as part of education and training. If it's verified from the old registry, it's something you've been using the old registry for years, and that gets pulled over. We're not looking at the amount of years or how old it is. It's there and we'll count it in whole as it is. But if you're adding newer things or you're new to this whole process, then we'll look at 10 years of your training. Training things as well as, CEUs or classes you may have taken. Your level of college education never goes away. So even if that's 10 years old, more than 10 years old, that doesn't count against you. We're going to continue to count that. Is this webinar? Yeah, so we do post this webinar on our YouTube channel. If you missed the link, it's a little bit, we could throw that in there again, but by all means, please follow our YouTube channel. We post all of our videos there. All of our webinars get posted there. So you can always go back and check out any of our old webinars. Let's see. Thank you. We thought the class overall score applied to all employees working at the time during the observation, not just the staff that were observed. Yeah, it's not only going to be for the staff that were observed. That's the only way we would have a score. So that is how it's set up. In the future, there will be a way for staff that were not observed to request an observation. We're looking to potentially release that by the beginning of the year. So they would be able to have an observation in the future if they weren't selected through the school readiness rules and regs, which is half of your program. I don't know right now if there will be a difference in a reward for admin. This award is for staff that are supporting educators and classroom instruction. I get what you're saying, Allie. It's something that is things we've heard from a few providers. So it's something we definitely can bring back up to CSC. This creation of this award was part of the RAC committee, the Resident Advisory Committee that CSC has been working with for the past 2 to 3 years, I think. And this was something that they felt was beneficial for the industry and for those that are working in the classroom to keep teachers engaged and rewarded and appreciated and show our appreciation for the work that they do. And I agree, they're not the only ones doing the work, but this is the brainchild of their work. So we definitely can bring that back to CSC and let them know what you're seeing. Yeah. Making sure they are staying on top of all trainings and class requirements. Yeah, I agree. I hear what you're saying. Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you. Good questions. See. Please, yeah, if you get a chance, if you haven't, like I said, all of our recordings live on YouTube, so they're all there. I owe you guys a VPK Fast call webinar, I think, from the beginning of the month. But yeah, they're all there for Erin and I's. Erin's even been deleting some of the really old ones from way back during COVID. We had some of the, now they're 5 years old, my goodness. So what else? What else can I help with?
Gina, while we're waiting for some more questions, I can quickly go over the New Worlds Reading Program.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's a program that will send free books to eligible children who qualify depending on how they do on their assessments. They can sign up to get free books. And we did create a marketing kit for providers to advertise it on your own social media or to discuss with your parents. So I'll go ahead and share the link to that social media kit. And that's kind of an easy way to talk about the New Worlds Reading Program with your families.
Yeah, that is a
Yes.
good one.
And on the topic of literacy, it is Read for the Record Awareness Month. Read for the Record is a little bit different this year since it's the 20th anniversary. So usually there would be one Read for the Record day in October. They're celebrating now October 13th through February 26th. So
Oh,
they'll
wow.
be celebrating kind of all the books from the beginning of the Read for the Record program. And then February 26th will be the actual day of celebration. But um, we were told that providers will still be receiving this year's book, which is See Marcus Grow. So all providers should still be receiving that book for this year.
Wonderful.
Okay.
And I believe CSC is doing a book distribution as well. They had a survey out, I think, last month or the month before, where they were distributing books also. And I want to say that I can't find it now. I think the micro credential is open again too for emergent reading. To find the flyer.
Okay, so that New Worlds marketing kit, the attachment is in the chat, and I'll also put it in the YouTube show notes later.
I have not seen any new grants for providers, but Jesse, we'd love to have you guys in the registry for your staff. You're one of the ones I think I sent an email to that I didn't see anybody from your admin office register in the registry to approve staff. So if you want to talk to us about that, we can do that. I haven't heard of any new grants for providers, no. So there is a difference between the New Worlds reading and getting the books and the New Worlds reading is this a scholarship or something. I want to say the scholarship is not being funded again. And the book distribution has to do with their scores from the VPK FAST assessment. If they score a certain level, then they're eligible for the book distribution, which is signing up. I apologize, I'm all froggy today. Which is signing up on their website, and then they get the books. But there was a New Worlds Reading Scholarship, and I believe that is now no longer being funded by the state. If I
Yeah, I'm not sure.
remember
I'll go
my,
ahead and put Mercedes Ryan's contact information in the chat. She can help with any New Worlds reading questions.
yeah.
If my copy and paste wants to work, I'll go ahead and do that. But yeah, for the program that I was referencing, so my son who just graduated VPK, he actually, when he did his first FAST assessment, he scored below average. So we were able to apply, and it did take a while to get approved. I want to say it took a few months, but he did get approved, and we did receive books in the mail. And then once we started receiving books, it was a really great program. Um, and he just started kindergarten this year. So say he did score above average in VPK, but then scored below average in kindergarten, he would be able to reapply and get approved again.
Oh, nice. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's really cool. So it's the New Worlds Reading Initiative is for VPK students who scored below the 40th percentile on any PM. They qualify to receive free books on a monthly basis. So that's the New Worlds Reading Initiative. just to add to the confusion. There's also a New Worlds Scholarship account. The NWSA, the New World Scholarship account, is not accepting applications for this year. So it really depends on what they had applied for. If they applied for the scholarship, then they might not have gotten funded. But if they did qualify, because you can submit an application for New World's Reading Initiative, but if the score wasn't below the 40 percentile, you're not going to get the books. So they do look at the state looks at those scores that they have access to from you doing your VPK FAST assessment, and then they qualify that parent, that child or not. So it was two different programs. Hate it when they name things the same name, but it is two different it's two different programs. A reminder that all DCF online courses are currently free. So if you need anybody needs to take any classes online, there is no charge right now for those online courses. So if you have some new staff or people that could benefit from some DCF training, now's the time to do it. There's no charge online at all. I think there's still a charge for exams, but that's usually that $6 or $8. The actual online classes are free. And there are, I can send out the monthly virtual reflection for VPK for those of you that may have staff that need to do that 3-part series or want to take that literacy class that has the online. I'll get those calendars out to you. My apologies, I missed that. And there is a New Worlds Reading Initiative as well. And I'll get you this link here too, that is giving a type. This is different. Hold on. New Worlds enroll in Welcome to New Worlds Reading. Apply today. Spring registration is in December. This is a training course for staff that has a stipend tied to it. But this link is not the right link. So let me get the right link and I can post that as well. So yeah, there is a New Worlds Reading Initiative, a course for elementary and VPK. It's a micro credential for the teachers that they can, once they complete the class, then they're able to get a stipend, $1,000 stipend. I'll get that. This link is not the right link because it's just taking me to the parent page. So I'll get the right link and get that out. All right. That's a lot of information all at one time.
And I think Erin's joining right now, so we'll give her just a minute to join the Zoom. Right. And I know we also wanted to talk about, just looking at some of my notes right here, we do have, we are at 2 career source locations where we're helping families with VPK applications, other scholarship applications, any resources they may need. So we're at Career Source in Belle Glade and in West Palm Beach, and I can go ahead and post those addresses in the chat.
Nice. There's Erin Gallagher. Hi, Erin.
Hi, everybody. Sorry.
Ariel's been doing a great job filling in.
I know. I just heard her voice. Thanks, Ariel. I appreciate it. I know. Ariel's going to be the new co-host. Hi, everybody. Sorry, had little mom emergency there. So
that's all right.
Sorry, everybody. But hi.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ariel.
Some great questions about the Star Award,
Awesome.
and we talked about New Worlds Reading.
Great. I know someone had a question. I don't know if we've talked about Read for the Record this year, and someone had a really good question they sent through. Read for the Record is also 20 this year, and so they're doing 20 weeks of celebrating. So normally we do Read for the Record in the fall. This is the time of year. But they're actually starting the celebration now to celebrate 20 years. So they're doing 20 weeks for 20 years. So the actual Read for the Record date will be in February. So providers, we always send a list over to the Literacy Coalition. they kindly purchase a book per provider that has a contract with us, and you receive that book. But this year it will be closer to January, February when you receive this year's title. They're celebrating their 20 years. So Read for the Record is just a little later overall for that week that they're celebrating that book. They're kind of doing a week per book. And I can put the link in the chat for the Literacy Coalition. So if you want to see all those books, but we love reading all the time. So, just whatever books you want to read to your children, you will receive the Read for the Record book in February. But just, I know sometimes they keep handing you the same book again and again. That's okay. As long as we're reading.
Kids are new.
Yeah. And I saw a couple questions. I saw, Ariel, thank you for putting the addresses in the chat. Hi, Miss Karen. Is there anything new for family child care providers? Karen, can you say a little more about what's on your mind there? Literacy micro-credential. Thanks, Gina.
Yep, I found the right link for that. So yeah, if you have staff looking to do that training, it has a stipend that goes along with it. It's a good training. It's a Lastinger Center training. I will get these other ones. No questions about parent fees, any of the changes we've seen lately, how that may affect you. Oh, the 13th, the staff training day, that's new this contract year as well. No questions on any of those. I don't know of any new grants that are out there. That was not anything that we've seen anything lately. What we have is the CSC Star Award.
I would love to say yes. So CSC Star Award is the big thing that's out now for providers that are contracted with the Coalition, Title I, Head Start, Early Head Start. But the grants, in terms of a lot of the grants we did the year prior, were related to ARPA. So we won't have those ARPA related grants now. But if there's anything that ever comes up, we will let you know. Absolutely. We're always excited when there's grant news. We are always excited. Parent fees. Oh, this came up last time as well. Great question. So that's great. So Gina, do you want me to start on this? And then
Sure.
if I mess up, please, by all means. I'm sure I will. Okay, so parent fees have changed a little bit, and this really applies to families who have multiple children. So what is happening now is if you have a family of 2 children or more, only one child has a fee assessed in their family. So that fee will be paid for one child. The fees that in years past were paid for other children are now paid by the Coalition. So they're responsible for paying for one child and the other children. So I'm going to use very round numbers. These are just because I'm a horrible mathematician. If the parent had a copay of $15 and the spot was $100, then the Coalition would pay $85. This year, if that child does not have a fee, the Coalition is paying the full $100. So you are still receiving the same amount of money. It's just more of it will be coming from the Coalition versus the parent. You may have instances where children are attending 2 different providers. You might have someone at an after-school provider in a family and someone attending another site. The same thing can happen. In that instance, you would have one site receiving a fee and the other site may not, but that site not receiving a fee will receive 100% of our rate. So it will just be coming from the Coalition instead of a combination of parent copay and the remainder coming from the Coalition. Gina, did I miss anything on that?
No, I think the biggest thing we're seeing is that it is a percentage now of the income. So where before you may have seen doggy kisses.
I'm sorry, my dog's
You may
here.
have seen $1.80 or $2.40 or something like that, you may be seeing higher parent fees because as the parent's income changes, the parent fee is a percentage of that income. Um, and you may have children at your site that have no parent fee, and you may go, well, I know that rule to be only, at-risk families have zero parent fee, but now it may be other children that are not in that category because it's only assessed on one child, and that child's not enrolled with you, but the other two siblings are. So you may see that those siblings have no parent fee, but that other child at the other site does, and that's fine. And you're still going to have parents with the old fee structure because this new fee structure is going on their redetermination. So as we go through the year, we will catch all of the families, but you're still going to have both categories. So you're going to still have some people on the old parent fee structure, and then as people get determined, then they're going to get the new fee structure going forward.
So you'll
So
see this for a while,
yeah, you're
just
going to
because
see
as
it.
families go through and their scholarships are renewed, or what we always call redetermined,
Right.
that's when this will take effect. So you may have, that's a great point, Gina, kind of a combination of families right now where they have multiple children, where they do have a copay for each child, and then that
Right.
changes when their scholarship renews.
Right.
Yes, so my daughter was home. She's home not feeling well. She is very independent. My dog is not. So if you see this little face coming here because I'm home with my daughter, but I have a very needy 10-pound dog that just can't function. So if you
No.
see a dog, it's my dog. I'm home with my child, but yes, I'm sorry, you're gonna get a
Dog.
strange dog
That's
head
all
because
right.
she's
It's all
feels the need to be right here.
right.
So
Right there. Just gotta make sure
right
you're all right.
right here.
She's
Yeah,
so happy that you're back
I
so
know.
soon.
Sorry, everyone.
Lovely. It's all right.
Not ideal today.
No, so it was the kiss and the fact you didn't react at all. I
No,
loved
I
it.
was just trying to keep it moving, but if you see like this little head
Little
with
face
giant
coming
ears,
in.
that's my dog because my daughter is running her life and our dog cannot cope. So,
There you go.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's all right. Okay, good. Good questions. Thank you.
Very
So
good
parent
question.
fees, I did send out something about the staff training day. Um, now is the time, if you didn't understand that at the beginning of when we were doing contracts and you need to make a change to that, now's the time to do that. Do not wait until after the month is over. We can't make that change after the month has been paid. So if you do need to change your staff training day because you didn't understand the rules behind it or you want to discuss the rules behind it, we can do that. It does need to be half of your half of your operating hours. So if you're open a 10, 11-hour day, you need to be in 5 to 6 hours of training. And the staff training day is a day for school readiness contracted providers. It's an additional paid closure day where children do not need to be present, but your staff need to be in training for that day for you to be paid this school readiness rates for those children that would not be in attendance. I believe it has to be 75% of your staff, 50% of your day, and it needs to be training that is, part of our standards that we have for preparing kids for school, as well as it could be DCF trainings. You can work with your coach or your tech or your TA specialist and that team. They're happy to help you structure a staff training day or offer training for a day that you may want with your staff. But it is part of your school readiness contract. And it is a day that you can be paid for to do staff training. So it was something that was put into legislation over the last year. So it went into effect for July 1st. And do know that if you do have that on your calendar, you may be asked to supply the evidence that you had a staff training day that day, such as sign-in sheets or training certificates, an agenda for the day, that sort of thing. So we did not have a lot of information on it when we were recontracting in the spring. So that's the additional information that we have. It can be a virtual training. It does not have to be in person. It just needs to meet those other requirements of the hours and the training on the standards. It should be a day during the school year, yes, because it's a day that you would have been open and you're going to not be open for students, and you want this to be paid for that day for students not to be there. So you are training staff that day and it's a closure day for you, and it is not required. It's voluntary. You still get 12 holidays paid through the school readiness contract, 6 that we pick and 6 that you pick. You never have to pick those 6 if you don't want them. Just the same with the staff training. You do not have to pick this, add this day to your calendar. It's an option that I said was available through legislative suggestion. People wanted a staff training day to be paid under the school readiness contract. And so that was added to our rules and regs. So it is available to you. If you need more info, your coaches and TAs, great resources. They've been helping out lots of providers, scheduling things, getting agendas put together, going over what they want to work on, what areas they think they need support in. If you don't want it, that's okay too.
2 items I have for VPK very quickly.
Sure.
One is, as you're discussing PM1 assessments with families, some of your families may be eligible for New Worlds reading. You may have received packets or information from New Worlds. We partnered with New Worlds this year to create a kit just for Palm Beach County that was a little bit simplified. It went out in our newsletter recently. If you are a VPK provider and you haven't received it, let us know, just because it has talking points and information you can share on socials and bulletins. There are great resources on New Worlds for all children and all families. So it's something we would love to see all children register for, because even if they're not eligible in PM1, New Worlds runs through 5th grade. So once they're registered in that system, they do not sell, share, give that information away. If that child completes a FAST assessment and is not scoring quite on age or grade level, they become eligible for New Worlds, and then they receive those books, those free books every year. So it's really worth it to get parents to register. So if you need access to that kit, let us know. And the other item that's coming up just for our VPK friends, or if you have 4-year-old classrooms, kids are going to kindergarten, Palm Beach Schools is doing their Showcase of Schools. It is coming up October 28th over at the fairgrounds. It's massive. And it's one of those things that often our parents going to kindergarten don't know about, but they do have the option. Some of our kindergartens do offer choice programs, other options that they may want to look into. They do have to fill out a choice application. Of course, every child is zoned to a school that they will go to, but they do have the choice to choose another if they like the programming at that school. And all the schools are there. They start, it's huge. Starts with the kindergarten wing and goes the whole way up through high school. But there's information on their site. I'll put the link in the chat. It's something if you want to share with your family so they know what school choice is. Shortly after October, they open the application. It runs through January. But it's one of those things often I hear pre-K parents going, I didn't even know there was a choice.
Right.
And so I'll put the link in the chat for school choice. Feel free to ask any questions. I see other questions coming up in the chat.
Yeah. No, school choice is a good one, and most people don't think about it until too late.
Right.
And then they miss the window. So yeah, definitely share that. So Chantel asked for the CSE Star Award, do updates to a transcript automatically get reviewed and updated for the CSE Star Award, or do you need to call and request the credits be reviewed? So the Star Award, if you've submitted an application and it's been approved, you're more than welcome to go in and update your registry. As we get to those applications, it'll show up. You are eligible in 6 months from your approval date to submit another Star Award application. So it's every 6 months. At that time, anything that you had pending from your career journey or your registry, any work that you've done or training would then become part of your second round of CSE Star Award. If you have a CSE Star Award application sort of in the hopper that hasn't been approved yet, and you've made some changes and you're not seeing it reflected, please let us know and we can send it back to you to catch it up on whatever new things you've added, if you've been adding things but have a submitted application. Like I said, if it's already been approved, it'll get caught up into your next application when that opens 6 months from your approval date. So however we can support you, Chantel, the staff's more than willing to go over your account with us and we can take a look at that individually. The training can be anytime during the school year. It's for this contract year, so July 1st through June 30th. If you wanted it to be at the end of the school year and before summer camp, and that's a day that you would like to be paid for students that are funded with the subsidy program, you absolutely can make it that day. There's nothing saying that it can't be that day. Can family child care providers do a training day on DCF training site? Absolutely. It would be a long, 5-6 hours of your day on DCF, but absolutely you can make that the day that you would do training, and you would just document that those are the trainings that you did on that staff training day, and save your certificates. But absolutely, that's a great day to do that. If you need to get some in-service training out of the way and you'd like to staff training day to be able to do that, absolutely you can do that. I was asking for a coworker who's been having issues. Absolutely. Yeah, have her give us a call. Like I said, our number is the main number, 214-8000 for our admin office. And then they press 2 for providers and 5 for the CSC Star Award team. And they're more than happy to pull up the file and take a look at it and see where we can support. Or email. They can email at cscstar.award@ELC Palm Beach. Star.award@elcpalmbeach.org or call 561-214-8000. Thank you. Good questions. Good input. What's going on still? This is always, October's always kind of a weird month. It's always sort of like, whew, okay, let me breathe for a second. But then, race to the end of the year. I can't believe that we're this close to Christmas. It's everywhere already. So, but yeah, thank you for the questions. They're good questions. Okay, said I owe you some VPK stuff, so the VPK sites, I'll get that out to you. And
I'm just
most
scrolling
of
back
you,
through. I think Gina and I are just catching up, right?
yeah. Most of you are done with your PMs, your first PMs.
Right.
We are using WebAuthor to send out notifications on those. So you should be seeing an email notification with your windows. So the whole year of Windows. If you have any changes to your calendar, you may get a new email with what your new progress monitoring windows will be or are now with those changes. It's been working pretty well, but if you're not seeing those emails and you're the person that should be seeing those emails, please let me know. Because it's set up based on a report we get from the state, which pulls information from the provider portal. And so we may need to tailor a few things here and there. So, but yeah, we try to get those out to everybody. Yeah, lots of new worlds. Oh, goodness. So, Karen, I think you're talking about the CSC Star Award.
You think so?
It may depend on the position that the person puts on the application. So we do see some people put like a teacher, but if you're at a family childcare home and they're a sub, there are specific positions for coded with family childcare home. That helps because we need that to override those the kickback on someone not working the 30 hours. So it would have to be family childcare home sub. If they're working, your sub is working at least the 10 hours a month, then they qualify. But if it's a staff member that's working less than 30 hours, then they would not qualify. So that may be what's happening. We are processing applications every day. Usually we send out the the payments are going out every week, so we're pulling a report every week and processing. So if you've application's been approved, you should be seeing your payment within 15 to 20 days at the latest from approval date. But yes, they are going. We're caught up with many of the applications, so we're moving quite quickly through those. You don't need to view anything in WebAuthor, Megan. It's the reminders for the progress monitoring for VPK Fast are coming from WebAuthor. It should be coming from my email now. It should be an email that you get from me, my email address, but it is a WebAuthor generated email. So it's kind of a standard form, but it gives you the dates. Now, if you got emails from myself or Yosemary or Jalen when he was here about the VPK fast dates. It was really colorful and had lots of craziness going on. This is a little more generic, but it's a computer generated email with your reminders of the dates that you have for your VPK fast progress monitoring windows. So hopefully we're trying to keep on top of that. We're using a new system and hopefully it's working. It seems to be working pretty well. We've been kind of working out the kinks the past month or so. But if you're not seeing those emails, like I said, and it's something that should be going to you, let us know because, like I said, it's pulling it from the state report that we get, and we may need to make a correction somewhere. So we're trying to make sure everybody gets those notices and those reminders, especially in the middle, because the middle is very confusing. Like the first 30 instructional days is easy, the last 30 instructional days is easy, but that 40 to 60% thing in the middle is a little awkward. And knowing sort of what your window is can be a little confusing. So if you need that sent to you or you didn't see it or something, just let me know is the reason I suggest. Can you reapply?
Date or application date?
So the reapplication, to reapply for the STAR Award at the 6-month period will be based on the date your application is approved. So it will open again in the system 6 months from your approval date. You need an approved application to cycle into the next round. But they are every 6 months. So feasibly staff can be getting an award twice a year from CSE STAR. So it's pretty exciting.
Very cool.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Absolutely. Very exciting.
It is exciting. We're happy to be able to offer this. We have more information, more supports coming out. And we're partnering with Palm Beach State College's career support staff. So they're going to have more information about it as well to help your staff. And like I said, Seek Scholarship will be moving into the new registry website. So you'll be seeing that over there in the future, as well as trainings like the state college's HEO trainings and our trainings will be available to sign up to that same system. So it's very exciting new technology.
It is. And if you have coaches coming to your program or you attend a training, they'll be sharing a little bit about it. Just so if you have educators coming back saying, I heard more about this, just because they're in and out of programs, we just want to make sure that they have all the information to share as well. So we want to get the word out. We want to have as much participation as possible because the work all of you do and the educators in your program is really incredible. And we want to, ensure everyone is recognized and for all the things they do. So just get the word out.
Absolutely.
And of course, if you would like to be featured, I'm going to do my plug again, Gina. If you would like to have your site featured on our social media, we're recognizing a lot of programs. Thank you to everyone who's let us come out and visit you and film. It's kind of like the best thing ever. And so if you would like to have the team from communications, one of us come out and film and talk with your staff. We're doing a lot of just, talking with different people in your program, certainly VPK, promoting VPK. So if it's something you'd like to do, you can put your name in the chat. You can always email communications@elcpalmbeach.org. I give that email a lot and think that people in communications would like me to stop, but it takes me a really long time to spell my name. And then people always wonder if I'm related to people on TV. And so I often give the communications email address, but you can let us know. I get that a
Yeah,
lot.
those are great. I love to see the staff working in the
Yeah,
children in the
it's the best.
classroom. So cool. I don't get out as much as I used to, so it's nice to get a little
Gina, you
connection
can
with
come with us on
everybody.
field trip.
I
Fine,
know.
you come out.
Used to get out there.
Yeah,
Swing by a few
it's the
people, say
best.
hi. Thank you. Ariel's so good.
Ariel's so good. Just
So fast. Awesome. Well, see, look at that. I talked and myself, and then Aaron talked, and we had an hour again.
I know.
Ariel.
Well, I was alone last time. It's very lonely when we're not together, Gina.
It's
I don't
hard to
understand
do
it. It is lonely. I was like, oh no, I'm not going to get to be with Gina. Well, I missed her last time. So
That's so funny. I was so excited to be here. I said I missed one. I haven't missed one in ages. I was like, oh goodness, I haven't seen everybody in so long.
I
And now I'm
know.
here talking to myself for an hour.
Sorry. Tried to get on. Mom
It's all
stuff,
right.
mom stuff, mom stuff.
And it's all right. Have to wear all these hats. We know.
Yep.
There's no one in this group that doesn't know.
Yeah. Just we're getting through it, right? I think we're just
Exactly.
we're getting
Just
through it.
getting through as best we can.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all so
Thank
much
you,
for
everybody.
being here. If you have anything else, please feel free. But if not, we will wrap it up. Jesse would like your number, so we'll throw that in there.
I think I remember. I hope I remember it. Hold on. All right, everybody. I'm just going to put this here and you can all call me.
um,
Okay.
Please let us know if you need anything going forward. You need any supports with anything, you have any questions. Enjoy our little cold front, as long as it
Yeah.
lasts.
We can all break out our boots that we wear like 3 days a year.
Not yet. We're not quite there yet. Still 84.
I've had the same boots for 10 years because I wear them 3 times a year.
Yeah, you can. That's the nice.
Yeah.
As long as they don't fall apart, you're good.
So far, so good. So far, so good.
Oh, well, thank you all so much for
Thanks,
your
everybody.
hard work and your dedication. Look forward to seeing you again.
Yep.
Please sure to check out our YouTube and our recordings and take care.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks,
Ariel.
Erin. Thanks, Gina. Have a great day, everyone.
You too. Thanks.